Hello? Is anyone alive?
Good morning.
Good morning. So, how do you think the exam went? Good? Bad? Okay?
Okay.
Well, I have to say that I am very disappointed. I had a record-breaking amount of zeros and wows. Very disappointed. Okay, guys, how would you approach this problem? Anyone?
Harry probably knows.
Hey? Ideal gas. Wow. I told you about this at the beginning of the semester. 2! The number 2! You need 2 intrinsic properties to find the rest. I don't understand why I didn't. I don't understand how y'all didn't remember 2. 2, okay? Y'all need to remember that. And if you want to be chemical engineers and graduate from this program, y'all need to think.
Okay, good morning, folks. It's 4 o'clock. Let's get class started. It is 10 seconds past. Why are you late?
Sorry, there was just so much traffic. I live 5 minutes away, but I got mugged. I got hit by a car. There was a bear. Just a lot. I'm sorry I'm late.
I don't want any excuses. You know, empires have fallen, wars have been lost because of people that are late. Now sit down. Because here is a phase diagram for an azeotrope. A good example of this could be distillation of ethanol, otherwise known as vodka. You know, my grandmother used to have a saying. She would say, "Една vodka сутринта добро за душата ти," which means a vodka in the morning is good for your soul. You know, my grandma was very interesting. She had a method for drying towels where she would take the wet towel, take it outside in the very cold winter and freeze it. And then she would take it back inside the warm house and shake it very hard. And this would immediately dry the towel. Very interesting woman. Very weird though. She didn't believe in air. She thought it was a conspiracy theory or something. Anyway, all right, let's start talking about activity coefficient models. We have here e to the power E over RT equals K.
Professor, what does that say?
Which one? This?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me rewrite it for you to make it more clear. Okay. Is that better?
Professor, can you stop covering the board?
Good afternoon. My name is Nicolau Malumatares and I will be your fluid dynamics professor this semester. Let me start out by saying everyone needs a copy of this book by Wills. This is the fundamental book that you will use throughout this semester and I want nothing else. What book is that?
It's another fluid mechanics.
Trash! Get that out of here. Get Wills. This is your life now. Okay, let's start off by looking at hydrostatic pressure and buoyancy force.
Professor?
What is your question?
My question is, are we going to have a homework question over buoyancy, and should we start studying it to understand it for the exam?
Of course. Every homework you do, that will be a potential problem on the test. So of course, do not forget. Okay, so today we're going to look at the fundamental equations of fluid mechanics. There's the continuity, Bernoulli, and momentum transfer. Similarly to the Olympic deadlift, there is the Olympic deadlift, the squat, and the bench press, the three fundamental exercises for the power lifter. And just like I said, very important for fluid mechanics, there is a perfect correlation between the two. Okay, today we're going to look at Navier-Stokes, my best friend. It's very simple. Any questions so far? Yes, Eddie, my favorite student.
I've crossed all the terms out, and 0 equals 0. Did I do that right?
First, you are missing the most important step. We must start with our boundary conditions. Once you have the boundary conditions, 0, 0, 0, 0. And yes, 0 equals 0. Very good, my favorite student.
Thank you, Professor.
Of course. Okay, class. Today's exam day. I hope you studied. Study, study, study. I hope you studied. Here you go. Very simple exam. Good luck. If you have any questions, you know where I am.
Professor,
You have a question already? You just began.
you said there was only going to be 4 questions on the exam,
It is 4 questions right in front of you, is it not?
but it has multiple parts. You said.
But it's still 4 questions. I don't see the problem. It took me 2 hours to finish. I'm giving you 3. That's all you need. It's ample amount of time. Very easy, very easy. If you studied, you're good. Please, 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 have a seat. Come in.
Hello, Professor.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. Excellent.
So I have a question regarding Navier-Stokes.
Uh-huh.
I know for Navier-Stokes, you have to take into consideration boundary conditions.
Of course.
So it's pretty. I understand how to get the boundary conditions using the Cartesian coordinates, but when you get to cylindrical and spherical, how would you go about getting the boundary conditions? Would it depend on the direction that you're going, or how?
No way! You do not understand this? Okay. First, you start with boundary condition. After boundary condition, what do you do? 0, 0, 0, 0. And that's it. What is the problem? Excellent, Bob. Excellent.
Class, welcome to Stats. This is the book you'll be using for the course. Anyway, this is a Gaussian distribution. Kind of looks like a mountain. Speaking of mountains, I almost climbed Mount Everest, but I didn't because I was too busy making money. My whole family makes money. Did you guys know they're all patent lawyers? Fun fact, I went to MIT and Caltech. Did you guys go? No, you guys are stuck here. Anyway, back to this. 6 sigma. Sigma, not ligma. Sigma can also mean standard deviation. Did you guys know that I'm 3.5 standard deviations above the average height? So whenever you guys are talking, make sure you're talking a little louder so I can hear you up here. Talking about Euler's formula, so. Hey, what are you doing?
I was gonna turn in my homework.
No, it's way too late. Go back to your seat. Don't interrupt my class again. Anyway, back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. Who sneezed? Get out of my classroom. Don't interrupt me. Out! Does anyone here like music? I do. I used to be a huge Taylor Swift fan until she released that one album, Reputations. After that, I couldn't listen to her the same way. But I found a new love. Taylor series.
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
Anyway, if there's a couple things you guys need to take away from this class. We got the shooting method. But most importantly, Euler's formula. Class, for this exam, you'll have an hour and a half, but no calculators. I made this exam easy enough that you won't need a calculator. All right, you may begin whenever you want. What's your problem, man? I said no calculators. Get out. That's it, you're done. Out! Get out!
Alright. Hello guys, this is Dr. Sereno, and this is CHE 4367. This is practices, and today we're going to be going over basic lab safety, probably stuff you already know. So general rules, make sure you use the sanitary board over there. You don't want to make sure people are like still in the lab. Even if you are in the lab, you still want to make sure that that's kept up to date. 911, you know that, use the emergency telephones. Fire emergency, we'll show you all this stuff later. Designated escape routes, we'll show you this later, especially in our walkthroughs. General safety rules, be alert to unsafe conditions, use common sense. Stuff you should probably already know, and I think we're done here. So thank you all for coming by. We're going to end class a little earlier.
Hey, Serena, am I good to go in the lab?
No, look at that. You're wearing shorts. Get out of here. Make sure you're wearing proper PPE next time.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Okay.
Hey, Dr. Serena, we're doing the LOE lab. Can you check to see if we're doing it all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Student was coming in for a question.
Hey, Dr. Serena. Hey, we're done with the lab. Just want to, can you check out to see if everything's all right? Like we turned everything off and everything.
Yeah, sure. Always the same. Or ask me to check the notes.
And this is how you can use the Avengers to stop climate change. Any questions?
Yeah, real quick. Where are your references?
I have links like under all the pictures and stuff.
What about the other references? I didn't see any references for your graphs. Can you go back to those real quick?
Yeah. This one?
Yeah. What is figure 3?
Well, it's a third figure.
Okay, so then what is it showing me? What's X? What's T?
X, well, T is obviously time, right? But basically I'm showing it that it goes up, stops. Yeah.
What goes up?
Hello everyone, my name is Professor Vero Darajan. Can anybody here sing?
Yes, you can.
You can sing? Okay, so let me know about that whenever we get 10 minutes out from the end of class. So today we'll be talking about enzymes and rats, and sorry, this pen isn't working. Let's try that again. This one's also not working. Okay, y'all. So we're about a week away from the exam. Do you guys have any questions about what material will be covered? Yeah, go ahead.
I just have a quick question. Are we expected to memorize the amino acids for this?
So you won't be expected to memorize all the amino acids, but the only thing I do ask of y'all is that for a cheat sheet on the last day of class, that you all bring canned food of some sort. So hopefully, if everyone's able to do that, then I'll provide a cheat sheet. Thank you much. Thank you much. Thank you much. Thank you much. So I know a lot of y'all brought canned goods, and you're probably wondering what are they for, right? So a lot of y'all think we're probably going to donate it, but in truth, I have 5 patents. This one's not working. I have 5 patents, right? One of which being for a coronavirus drug. But in truth, as you guys can probably tell by the way I dress, I'm a big baller. And UH takes all my patent money. So I just want to thank y'all for my lunch. Thank y'all, I appreciate it.
So to review what we talked about throughout the semester, here's an amino acid you all can practice. Here's a DNA molecule. So whenever it's there, be sure to review it, okay? Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
So we think we're using too much catalyst in our process.
How much catalyst are you using?
About 2.5 million pounds.
2.5 million. I would say try to reduce the amount of catalyst that you have.
Meanwhile,
Professor, I think we're using too much catalyst in our reactor.
How much are you using?
6.4 trillion pounds.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Keep it at that amount. Super.
Bruh.
We also had a question about whether we should use Aspen or Excel for our economics.
Use strictly Excel. Strictly Excel, and just use Aspen to get the cost of the purchase equipment.
The other question we had was, can we use Aspen for our economics or should we use strictly Excel?
I would say you can use the Aspen economic evaluation, but also you would like to do research for your country and the prices for your country, so you can compare the two, and you will have to make some adjustments.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we also were having trouble separating our styrenes. Should we use RADFRAC or the estimation method?
Use the shortcut method. If you're having too much trouble, you should use the shortcut method. Okay. But I mean, you're having trouble. I mean, you have to use the shortcut method.
Thanks.
Okay. So, any other questions, guys?
And the last question we had was, we're having trouble getting some of our columns to converge. So can we use the shortcut columns or should we stick with the rigorous RADFRAC columns?
Stick to the rigorous RADFRAC columns. You want to simulate a real life process, so definitely stick to rigorous columns. Only rigorous columns.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's all the questions we had.
Okay, awesome.
I like your hat, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Do you want it?
I'd love it, yeah.
Oh, here.
Thank
you
you.
go. Oh. All right, guys, have
Thanks,
fun.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you for coming, guys. Do you have any questions for me?
nah. Nope.
No questions.
Nope.
Nothing for me.
Baron.
Okay, well, if y'all don't have any questions, y'all free to go. Have fun.
All right.
That's all, folks.